Okay, so Caravelas is a game about Portuguese discoveries in the 15th and the 16th century.
Yes.
My name is Tiago Abreu from Portugal. Portugal. Mesa Board Games is a company that was created 3 years ago. And we do corporate business, which is games for companies as a piece of marketing communication. And we also do games for markets.
Awesome.
This is our first and the most important game for the market directly.
Okay.
We're launching in this fair. So the theme is the Portuguese discoveries.
Yes.
And the Caravelas was the first boat that went to the discoveries.
To the New World, yes. But you guys don't even know what they look like. I was in Lisbon a little while ago, and I went to all these museums, and they're like, well, the Caravelas is very important, but we don't really know what they look like.
No, there is a museum of the boat. Have you been there?
I think so.
The Marine Museum?
Yeah, I remember. Yeah. I totally went to the Maritime Museum. I did.
So, the board is the world map, and the world map is marked with the 32 destinations that Portuguese discovered at that time. They discovered a lot more, but what's important is the 32 that is here. And in these 32, the ones that have colors, you can bring spices from those destinations.
Okay.
So each player is going to assume one fleet represented by these boats, and they all part from Lisbon.
Of course. It's the center of the world.
So you put here the boats.
Yep.
Okay. And each player also have a card like this.
Okay.
And this card represents his fleet.
All right.
So this is not one boat. This is one fleet of 3 boats.
Oh, okay.
Later in the game, I can expand my fleet to a 4th boat. Okay? In my navigation control card, I have 9 navigation ships. Okay? And of course, each player has its own marker in the points. Okay?
Oh, so this is one of those games that's actually about scoring points.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
It all becomes clear, yes. Right.
Okay. Also, my 4th ship, since I don't start with it in the beginning, is blocked with the black token. Okay. So very simple. My fleet has to navigate around the world and try to discover ports, destinations, try to bring spices to Portugal. And when I get to Portugal with the spices, I can convert those spices to points, 5 each, or I can buy a piece of Jerónimos. Okay? Jerónimos is the most important monastery in Lisbon, which was built based on the spices trade.
I've been there.
Yeah?
Yes.
This is
it was very pretty.
It's historic.
Yes.
You had to pay this when the spices came to Lisbon. You had to pay 5% to build the monastery. This is historic fact.
Okay.
Okay. So, how do I navigate? The sea has marked the currents and the winds.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's highlighted with a different color and arrows that indicates the sense of the navigation. Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So very simple. If I follow the arrows and the currents, I can navigate what I want. I don't stop.
Yeah.
Okay, it's free navigation, as long as I keep on the path of the currents. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
If I want to go somewhere else, which is not, the arrow is there, I want to go any side different, I have to move one of these.
Ah, okay.
Okay, so this means that during one play, I can move my ships, I can go against the wind 9 times.
Okay.
Okay.
So I can go 1, 2, 3 for nothing. That cost me 1.
Exactly.
That cost me 1. That cost me 1.
Exactly.
And then la la la. Yeah. Okay.
Exactly.
Cool.
Exactly.
Neat.
Okay.
That's a neat mechanism.
Okay. When I buy the 4th ship, I also get 3 navigations more.
Oh, okay.
So I don't only have a 4th ship with more space to cargo, but I also have, I can go further in each play.
Oh, right, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also, each player gets destination objectives at the beginning of the game.
Randomly dealt?
Randomly dealt, okay? Which means that if I am the first player to discover, I put my discovered token, and that means that's mine. I immediately mark 1 point here.
For discovering, yep.
Okay.
Do you have to have the card to land there?
No.
Ah.
I immediately gain 1 point from this, but if I have that card on my hand at the end of the game, nobody knows. Only at the end of the game, I will show it, and I will score 5 more.
Okay.
So this means that the players, when they have their cards, nobody knows.
Right.
Their strategy is probably, one strategy can be, instead of going after the spices, first maybe going after my objectives. And of course, if I can also, in my path, discover other places that are not my objectives, I still 5 points away from somebody.
Yep.
So that's good. Okay.
Yep.
Finally, navigating in the sea was full of surprises, storms and everything else.
Love that part.
That's simulated by these cards.
Okay.
Each player has 5 cards in his hand. And each time they pass in one of these blue dots, they have to choose one of the cards from their hands. They have to play. And if they play, stop, that means, imagine, I'm coming here.
Yep. The wind stops. Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
My trip stops.
Yep.
In. And even if I have tokens to play, okay? If I choose one of these, I lose the number of tokens that is mine. So that takes me away my capacity of navigate.
Cool.
If I play one of these green, of my tokens already played, I can recover 2. Okay?
Cool.
But also, it affects also other players. When I play these cards, other players that are in the same side of the ocean, there are 2 sides, divided by this line, all the players that are in this side of the ocean move either 2, 3 or 4. The effect for me may be negative or positive. For them is always positive.
Okay.
So they simply move against the wind, on the wind, they choose. And if they are in this, they can move, for instance, 1, 2, they discover here, 3, they discover here, 4, they discover here. So we can discover whilst it's another player turn.
Do you mark every discovery as yours? So you have a ton of these guys in the box somewhere? Okay.
Exactly.
Cool. Right on.
So we have here lots of those. Okay.
Cool.
So at the end of the game, we have to know if I was the first to this place to count the objectives.
Right.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay. When I'm navigating, when my chips, when I play the last chip, for instance, I'm here and I play one more to go here. Even if I enter a positive wind, I immediately finish the game.
That makes sense.
Finish my turn.
Yep.
Okay. If I step on pirates,
I was going to ask about those.
Yeah, I lose 1.
Oh, okay.
Or I cannot lose 1 if I play one of these cards.
Anti-pirate cards or something.
Okay.
Right.
One other cards may be present in the game is storms. That when I play, I have to move 2 in the sense indicated by this.
Okay, so it's got a little compass rose up there. Yeah.
Maybe there, maybe there. The compass is here, there. Okay. Right. I can only go for these 2 spices if I have the 4th boat.
Oh, okay. So if I stop at the green spice, I have to put it on that boat.
Yes, 1 spice. You cannot load more than 1 from each.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
The green spice here, and these 2 only if you have already bought this boat.
Sure.
These 2 are more valuable. They value 10 each.
They're double.
Not 5.
Right.
When you come to Lisbon, only if you have pepper, you can trade for this.
Right.
This gives you 5 points more. So 5 from this, 5 from this is 10.
Nice.
Okay?
But these are limited. There's only 5 of those. Yeah.
The game ends when the last player buys the last piece of Geronimus.
Of course.
And of course the turn goes until the end, so all the plays are even.
Sure.
And then we score the points. The last
Very
scene,
nice.
more important.
Yeah, I was
is
going to
that
ask you about that. So I got
boats can sink.
Of course they can.
Well,
It's a six-sided die
exactly.
with 3 blanks and 3 ones.
So that means that when I get into these red
okay.
points,
So when you're going from
I
the
have
east
to
to the
play.
west.
I have to play.
Yep.
If it is 1, I lose 1 boat on my choice. So I can put it here, 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 or
Yeah.
here. Okay, but I lose one boat. I cannot load anymore this.
Right.
And if I had loaded already, I lose them. So they're gone.
And what, you replace that when you go back to Lisbon?
And when I get back to Lisbon, I replace my fleet. So I'm back
Very
in the
cool.
game again.
How do you
okay?
get that? How do you get your 4th boat?
When I get to Lisbon, I can trade 3
3 of any of the spices.
3 of any, yeah,
To
for
get
the
the big
4th
one.
boat plus the 3 navigation ships.
Very cool.
Okay.
And then the 2 Uber spices are way, way over here on the far end. Very cool.
The games is about 60 to 90 minutes, and in that time you maybe
How many
make
players?
4 players, 2 to 4.
2 to 4?
You may make 3 trips, 1 small and maybe 2 big.
Oh,
That's
neat.
the timing.
All right.
We'll launch next year an expansion, which will introduce the religious. You can take a missionary and cannons to defend from pirates. But that's next year.
That's
okay?
cool. Gotta
And-
love shipping games,
Yeah.
especially shipping games with pirates.
Yeah.
That's great.
Okay. So
Well, you're the Portuguese are definitely a nautical culture.
a what?